Wayne was sitting at the corner of the library and consuming the assignment's work, but she was interrupted by an authoritative voice of her bully, Jungkook. He was the bad boy heartthrob of the university who liked to tease and annoy Wayne. Her heart filled with a mixture of anxiety and frustration as he placed his palm on the table from behind and caged her in between. Hope you complete my assignment. Actually, don't tell me you forget to do it. No, I forget it at home. Oops, forgetting things is not a good habit, so what should be your punishment then? He whispered near her ear in mocking or say like seductive tone which always made her confused about his real intentions. There was Mingyu, her secret boyfriend, was also present and saw everything from afar. He was aware what Jungkook felt for Wayne and saw him many times making a move on her, including his teasing, but he never tried to help Wayne, not even once. Wayne was the girl he liked, but more a victory trophy for him as Wayne didn't get the emotions of Jungkook but chose him over Jungkook. Mingyu never liked Jungkook and had rivalries since high school, but sometimes he noticed Wayne got flustered by him too. He didn't like it at all that his rival claimed her heart, and seeing the proximity between them a minute ago was working as a fuel and fire. Changing his expressions, he went towards Wayne and placed his hand over her shoulder. Are you okay? Yeah, what did he say? He was asking for his assignment. I wish I could show him his real place. It's fine, Mingyu. She held his hand and made him sit beside her. Mingyu looked around to see not many people were there and noticing them. It's not at all Wayne. If he was not powerful, then I will surely change his appearance. But you know, he could ruin our future. There was a mixed emotion in Wayne's eye, but she shrugged off her negative thoughts. Chill, it's not like he is hurting me physically or verbally. But he can. I know him since high school, so please keep your distance with him. I'm so concerned about you. I will. She never understood the words Mingyu said about Jungkook because she never encountered that bad side of Jungkook in those months. I'm leaving, take care of yourself. He patted her head before walking away, but Wayne was in dilemma to trust Mingyu or not. Wayne was getting nervous as she poured the drinks in the wine glass and ready to serve the guests of the extravagant party. It was arranged by none other than the Jeons, the most powerful family of the country. I can do it. She was hesitant, but holding the drinks tray, her feet made it way to the party venue. She served the drinks to elite people of the country with a humble smile, but could feel a strong gaze on herself. Getting curious, she looked around to see Jungkook. His intense gaze was on her that she decided to walk away, but Jungkook immediately came forward. Jungkook, you left me in an awestruck, by the way. She was wearing a white shirt with a tight black knee-length skirt and paired it with high heels, looking gorgeous. He couldn't help but stare at her even more, so that she felt something in her heart too. Thank you, but now move, I have to serve guests. How about you serve me? He winked with a mischievous smile that she placed her heels on his shoes, yet he didn't even flinch. You are getting angry on the wrong person. What do you mean? Look at there. He pointed his finger to the specific direction, and Wayne's eyes fell on Mingyu, who was dancing with a girl too close to be appropriate. She felt a pinch in her heart, and tears were ready to pour. Your taste in men is truly trash, Wayne. You deserve better. Suddenly her expressions changed from hurt to shocking one, that how did he know about their relationship, why he was hurting her yet being understanding at the same time. She wanted to ask him, but he playfully winked. I know about you more than you think. Wayne looked away, not taking Jungkook's words seriously when her eyes met with Mingyu, but with hurt expressions, she decided to leave from there. Mingyu immediately followed her to the silent corridor after getting caught. Wayne, listen. He tried to hold her hand, but she jerked it away due to anger and pain. Listen what? Your made-up story about that not-so-appropriate closeness with that girl? For God's sake, she's just my friend. But every time I see you both together, I feel like there is a more than friendship going on. There's nothing like that, Wayne. He tried to assure her, but the same girl voice approached him. Suddenly, panic flashed across his face, and instead of clearing the misunderstanding, he decided to go that girl. His priorities were clear for Wyan, and she followed him to shore about it. Mingyu, what were you doing with that cheap waitress? Nothing, I was just asking her the way of restroom. Tears now pouring from Wyan's eyes as she felt humiliated and betrayed. It was clear to her that she was nothing to him from the start, and unable to bear the pain, she walked away. Wiping her hot tears, she kept walking but suddenly bumped into Jungkook. She didn't want to show him her vulnerable side, but as he wrapped his arm around her tightly, she felt the solace she needed right now. It's okay, you can cry as much as you want. Unable to control her tears, Wyan buried her face in his chest and let out her all emotions. He was holding her delicately while gently rubbing her back in a smoothing manner. You wanna share? I'm nobody for him. He's ashamed of me, Jungkook. It's his loss of losing a girl like you. As I said before, you deserve better, who actually values you, cherish you for who you are. He didn't want her to waste her time anymore on a guy like Mingyu who was just using her for his rivalry. It's great to move on from such guy instead of hurting yourself, and if you need any help, then I'll be here for you, no matter what. His words indeed working as a water on her burning heart that she never expected, especially from a guy like Jungkook if she knew. Now you are free to find the actual true love, who will be proud to call you his in front of everyone. A bitter chuckle escaped from her parted lips, and controlling over her emotions, she scooted away from him. No one feels proud of a poor girl like me. You are wrong, Wyan. I know you are trying to calm me, but this is my reality, Jungkook. She wiped her tears but got confused as Jungkook held her hand gently and led her to the party venue. Jungkook, what are you doing? Proving you wrong. Before she could understand, they were already at a crowded hall and became the center of attraction. Her heart was pounding, noticing curious and surprised gaze on her. He stopped at the center as his eyes glued to Wyan, and before she could understand anything, Jungkook's lips attached with her. Gasps filled the hall as he kissed her passionately in front of everyone. Meanwhile, Wyan's heart was pounding rapidly in her chest. Her body was numb by his sudden action, but surprisingly, whatever was happening, she was not angry, but liking it. Everyone had mixed reaction from shock to jealous and disgusting one, including Mingyu, who was taken aback. After some time, Jungkook finally pulled away and looked into her eyes deeply while holding her both hands in his. I'm a man of my words, Wyan. I'm the one who is proud to call you mine, if you are ready to accept my love. Wyan's breath was shallow. Realizing he kissed her, he proposed her openly and proudly without any hesitation. I love you, Wyan. I promise I will treat you better, treat you like a queen you deserve. Will love you forever with my everything, and proudly call you mine at every stage of our life. Her chest tightened, tears welled up again in her eyes as everything happening too fast that she had no idea what to do anymore. Jungkook, I need time. And she ran away, avoiding the mixed gaze of elite people, and Jungkook saw her disappearing figure with hopes. Days were passing and Wyan was busy in her day-to-day life as because of her heartbreak she didn't want to affect her future. About Jungkook she was not sure and taking time to proceed for next step as she was afraid to get betrayed again. A month had passed to that incident and Wyan tried to be normal in her life once again, but Jungkook's silent efforts were forcing her to think about him only. He daily came to the cafeteria where Wyan was working and didn't say or disturb her but left a small handwritten letter for her. A letter to console her sometimes, to make her feel loved, to realize her worth, to show him what she meant to him, that it was hard for her to ignore him anymore. Another day and another letter from Jungkook. She was smiling reading the note, but past memories hit her once again like a tsunami that she was torn between her emotions. Wyan, I'm telling you again, he's a keeper and you should definitely acknowledge his feeling. But I'm scared, Sia. I don't want to hurt again. I understand your fear, but we should give a second chance to love when guy making so much efforts. Sometimes the most beautiful stories start from taking risk. Wyan stayed silent and looked at the letter where he wrote the words of his heart, his sincerity towards her and waiting for her as long as he wanted. As a good friend, I suggest you to make a right choice. Because of your past experience, don't ruin your future. Wyan looked at Sia, then the letter, and let her heart to decide what was right for her. She immediately left the cafe to see Jungkook, and he was walking near the river. Jungkook. He immediately turned around with anticipation, happiness, and hopes. You came? Yeah. She was hesitant to express her feelings while Jungkook was desperately waiting for her to say something. Do you want to say something? Actually, Actually, I have been thinking about your letters and your feelings. Jungkook, I went through a lot in a short period of time and I'm afraid to open up my heart again. Jungkook's chest tightened as his hopes were fading away and the beautiful smile dropped right away. But I want to give us a chance. You have no idea how desperate I was to listen those words from you. His eyes moistened with happiness and he held her hand in his. I promise that you won't regret your decision in your life. This time you'll see a different side of Jungkook, who's gonna love you, cherish you and protect you with all I have. A soft smile broke onto her lips as his words were nothing but sincere, genuine and full of true emotions which were reflecting in his eyes. I love you, Ryan. I do love you, Jungkook. Their eyes locked with gaze of love and not controlling his emotions any longer, Jungkook leaned in. His lips met with Ryan into a heartfelt kiss as a promise of commitment for life.